people mass exodus is out of there, where people just don't want to be a part of it.
Right.
People talk about California right now is horrible with the homelessness taking over, and the police aren't doing anything.
They have to stop incentivizing it.
Is that the big thing? Is that what it is?
If you're giving people a reason to, if you're giving people a reason to show up at your door for free shit,
Yep.
and
They're gonna be there.
They're going to be there. I mean, look at Vegas. Vegas has, well, I can't speak, modern day, but I know throughout the 90s and into the early 2000s, Vegas had like the highest homeless population in the U.S.
Really?
It makes perfect sense because there are tons of people there with disposable income.
Yep.
More food than you can eat in these dumpsters. I mean, there's massive tent cities. I mean, it's like, and it's in the desert, so
Yeah.
the climate's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, I traveled to Austin, Texas too for some of the tattooing I do on the side for medical tattooing.
Mm-hmm.
And Austin has a massive homeless population.
Yeah.
We were
you don't
down
got to
there.
worry about winter. You don't got to worry about
Exactly.
winter.
We were down there 3 years ago now in January, and they had an ice storm. And it shut the city down, which is hilarious because, Minnesota would laugh. But it shut the city down.
Yep.
And my buddy Paul and I were out trying to find food, because we couldn't go to work that day.
Yeah.
And we're walking around, and it's like an episode of The Walking Dead. Like, there's nothing but homeless people out there everywhere. It's crazy.
And not just homeless people, but homeless people tweaking.
Oh,
because
yeah.
they can't get drugs or they're on them, and it's just...
Yep.
You ever heard of Flocka before, the drug?
Yeah.
That is some scary shit when they're running around.
That's not down in Texas, though, too bad, is it? I thought it was more of a
Florida's bad, but
thing.
it's spreading across the United States. I've seen it's even got up to Minnesota. I've seen things in Minneapolis where police have had to shoot people because they're on it. And
I wouldn't be surprised.
you need to almost shoot them multiple times because when you're on that drug, you don't feel pain. You don't feel anything.
It's like PCP.
Yeah, exactly. I've seen people run into like car windshields and get right back up and keep running, and it's like scary. Like
it's entertaining.
You say it is entertaining. It's entertaining.
Don't get it to an NFL player running back.
Oh gosh, I mean it's entertaining at the same time, but I could imagine being in one of those situations where you find yourself face to face. Took that guy in Florida that got his face eaten off by another guy who was on either PCP or bath salts or
that's some zombie type, dude.
Absolutely.
That way, when you say Walking Dead, that's what it is.
It is, yeah.
Modern day zombies are these people that are on these opioids or whatever, these extremely dangerous drugs. They're like 10 minutes away from overdosing on this stuff, and they get medical attention or help quick. Literally by being shot. That's the thing that saves them, is these police taking them in, getting to the hospital, and getting whatever they got to get put in them to get the canceled effect of that. Right. It's scary stuff.
I can't feel bad for them though.
No.
That's like if you're
doing
eat
it to
a bunch
yourself.
of drugs and fight the police, you get shot.
Yep. Yeah.
Sorry.
I think they
gotta know what they're getting into or something, don't you think?
I would think so. I mean,
think
it's probably pretty rare that it's like Johnny come lately eats some Flocka and then ends up out there fighting the cops on the hood of a car. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's not one of those things where you probably don't. I'm guessing they're not just, I found this random bag of Flocka on the road or whatever. It's probably they're going out. They're probably going out of their way to find this stuff. Because it's horrible because they're in these horrible situations, living out there, surrounded by people doing drugs. And surrounded by people that don't have any benefit in your life, and so they don't have anything better to do but do these drugs that get them out of this world. They're in another place, and so they don't have to worry about their issues of not having money, of not having food, of not having a family that cares about them. And it's a horrible thing to think about. But like you said, they do it to themselves. They pick that path, and there are there are ways to get out of that, whether it's through like a religious thing or whether it's through like a shelter.
Yeah, I think. If people want help, we should give them help.
Yep.
I think but we still need to hold people accountable for their personal decisions. I mean, that's the contract that all of life is based on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If we don't adhere to that contract, I think, you're seeing it right now in the U.S.
Yeah. People are looking for handouts, is what you're saying. That seems like the case right now.
Or we're excusing behavior because we think, because we have some kind of conjured up version of what that person's life is like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's being sensationalized through the media.
Yeah.
And we are actively glorifying people who are criminals.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
It's a dangerous road to go on.
It is.